Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist. By Mouth Daily. Pill number 1009. Alright. Still in the sauna here again. Or not still. Back in the sauna again. Hey, Sarah Wild. Hello. Kaylee Anderson. Hello. Dang it, the heck. Your mom's Katie, right? I'm pretty sure. Hey, Cher. Joseph Filosa Jr. Yes, back in the sauna again. Audra Cohen. Mwah. Cher. Mwah. Melissa Carter Davidson. I'm in Ely, Minnesota. This is actually a sauna. And we're staying at a bed and breakfast. And I didn't want to record inside the bed and breakfast, because then I would probably wake people up. But here, I can speak loudly without fear of waking anyone. Hey, Melanie, group hugs says Angel. That sounds good to me. Michelle DeBellis, good morning. Sean Moser, the ceiling is up. Minnesota, don't you know? Hello. Teresa Woolbright. She's in for the group hug too. Hey, Ronnie Samper. I'm doing alright. We went to the International Wolf Foundation or something like that today. Saw some wolves. What else? We went to Dairy Queen. I was feeling sick this afternoon, like I always do. Move here so my face isn't in the comments. I didn't even know, Nick. You were supposed to holler. It's fun to make fun of ourselves. Self-deprecating humor is one of the best types. Jeanette's here. Hello. Oh, that sounds fun, Angel. What did you paint? Oh, I feel a little bit better now. I'll probably be nauseous again. Yeah, the kids were both sad before bed. And it's really like heartbreaking. Jack is just so afraid of dying. And I think Jack's mood just went over to Alex. Like, Jack is just like, I don't want to die. And I just don't know how to help him. I had half a cheeseburger, and then for breakfast we had like this. It was sort of like a waffle / cinnamon roll with like icing, and the hash browns with cheese, and some honeydew melon. I didn't eat the honeydew. Hey, Skander, long time no see. Rest well. Hey, Sarah, did you release Daniel? Hey, Bodil. Hello. Yeah, breakfast was pretty good. What'd I do, Michelle? Thank you, though. Yeah, and my son Alex. So yeah, Jack was having, he's been struggling with that fear of death a lot for quite a while now. And then, your daughter went through that, Jeanette? Jay, it's really intense with Jack. I don't know. I don't know what night. And then Alex was saying, I think I have depression. And he's like 8 years old. I don't know. It feels like it's my fault because I'm so broken. And I don't know. I've said this before. It feels like my mental illness is contagious. I don't know. It feels like I'm directly the cause or just bad genes. I'm sorry, Michelle. It's terrifying. it's hard not to feel like it's my fault, but I don't know. I remember having that fear of death when I was a kid, though. Just imagining myself lying in a coffin, dead at some point in the future. Not I wasn't afraid I was going to die immediately, but I just knew eventually it was going to happen, and it would just steal my breath away. And I used to wish I was never born, so I never had to feel that feeling. And Jack hasn't said that, but tonight he's like, I hate this feeling so much. Well, my wife and I separated for a year. I think that was probably difficult. When they were really young, they witnessed my wife and I fighting. That was really traumatic for them. Yeah, I've taken him to the therapist, like he's probably been 5 or 6 times. And, oh, that's awful, Michelle. I'm sorry that it torments you. But, we were talking about tonight, I was saying, yeah, we're together now, yes. We've been back together for 3 years now. But Jack's like, I don't want to go back to the therapist. Because he said she makes it 1,000 times worse because, what I say is like, well, I'm an atheist, so in the past I've told him that, I feel that I don't believe in a heaven, I don't believe in an afterlife. And I don't know, I almost wish I could take that back now. I just leave it, I don't know, and not because he's really afraid of just not existing anymore. And I tell him the one thing that I pin my hopes on is, that they'll find a cure for aging or, somehow cure death, right? And I hang all my hopes on that. And I think, I realize that's not very realistic. It's not. I think it's not impossible. 100 and some odd years ago, no one thought we could fly in the air. And I don't know, you never know when the next advancement is around the corner. I don't believe it's impossible to re-engineer our bodies. But I think it's just difficult. And probably not in our lifetime, in my lifetime especially. But I just tell Jack that's, that maybe that's something you have to grow up and work on. And the therapist told him that no one's going to escape death, and that death is inevitable. I guess she just wants him to deal with those feelings directly. But he's like, I don't want to go back to her. She tells me that I'm going to die and makes it worse. Oh, I'm not worried about food dyes. I think there's a lot more pressing. I don't know. Just life is difficult. I don't know. I'm so sorry, Teresa. I'm glad you were able to find some peace of mind. I think your comment suggested you were able to find some peace. Hey, Jesse Carter. The comments going by fast. Sorry, I'm missing some. Right back at you, Joseph. I can't say for sure. I just am skeptical of any one factor like that being so prominent. Pete, and repeat. I'm doing okay, Jessica. I hope you're well too. I'm not, like I said, I don't know. It's not impossible. I would just need some pretty strong evidence for that. You tell her there's an afterlife even though you're an atheist? Thanks, Pete. I kind of wish I hadn't told him what I believe. I wish I would have told him I didn't believe in God, but I wish I hadn't said anything about afterlife, or I wish I would have said I don't know. I'm doing okay, Renee. Hey, Iman. Almost always, I'm a big believer in. I am a natural born skeptic, right? If somebody tells me something, I'm like, maybe not. Prove it. Jeff Rosen, hello. But Santa's supposed to be fun, right? And it's like, what I like, I teach my kids about Santa too, but like, what I like about Santa is it's got a expiration date built into it. Like, you're not supposed to believe that for the rest of your life. And so that's fair share. I know there's no wrong way to do it, I don't think. There's no right answers when to tell your kid. Yeah, I'm doing okay, April. I'm doing okay. It was hard tonight listening to the boys having a hard time crying. But I don't know. We're going to go to a mine tomorrow that's like a half-mile underground where they did some physics experiments. Right, Sarah? Sorry. He might be real. I don't know. Hey, Sean Moser. Hey, Ada. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you, Sean. I am in a sauna in Ely, Minnesota. Hey, Norberto. I'm on a road trip to Ely, Minnesota. I'm here at the Blue Heron Bed and Breakfast in Ely, Minnesota. And this is the sauna they have outside. It's a separate building. Thank you, Ada. Thanks, Renee. Yeah, we're up near the boundary waters between Minnesota and Canada. Which story is that, Michelle? Hey, Marcy Fowler. Hey, Laura Brandel. E.B. LaFleur is here. LaFleur. Hello. And Friday we have early morning. This is painfully early for me. We have to be there by 7:50. It's 25 minutes away. But we're going to have a canoe tour. I don't know if let's see here. I don't know. It's too much to go back right now. I'm sorry. It's pretty nice, yeah. It's pretty nice. I don't know. Well, I haven't seen much of the lakes though. The Friday we'll get a better sense of the natural splendor that surrounds us. Oh, I'm sorry I missed it. Uh, okay, is it coming through? I'm doing okay, Cinder. Cinder, man, I'm surviving. It's chilly up here. Yeah, I'm excited, Audra. Right to heck, Tyler. It's not coming through, Michelle. I don't know. Maybe Facebook. I don't know. Usually Facebook will let you send long comments. I don't know. Maybe it's too long. Maybe you cut it in half and send it each half. Is there other people seeing Michelle's comment? I'm sorry, Jessica. It is. Well, I think it's like even gets down as into the 40s. I don't know. It's probably in the 50s right now. Oh, tubing with the family. Nice. I'm overdue for a shower, aren't I? Shit. Yeah, I'm planning on doing a shower. Let's see, what do we have? Maybe doing a shower before the mine tomorrow. Cinder, you can't see Michelle's comment either? Yeah, it's not coming through, Michelle. Oh, wait, the week. So, all right, Jeanette, I hope you're doing something fun. Near-death experience. Teeths. Jeff Rosen. What'd you and Angel have for dinner tonight? I'm still not seeing it. It's weird. It's cold, isn't it? Wait, it should be winter for you, is it? Oh yeah, it's winter. That's right, because we're at the end of summer. You're at the end of winter. Belinda Brock, I see you. Near-death experiences are interesting. I think when the brain dies, it releases a bunch of neurotransmitters, like including the ones in your visual cortex. And it's like everything gets stimulated one last time. And that stimulation is the bright white light, apparently. I think that's what some people say. Let's get in there, Sarah. I'll scrub your back. Anything else that needs scrubbing? All right. It is, Jessica. It really is. The comments are just going by fast, Belinda. I'm sorry. I missed it. I missed a few comments for sure. It's a heat wave in the UK. Right back at you, Cinder. Oh. What did I tell the kids? Well, they were having a hard time. They were both crying tonight. Jack, he's been having a really hard time for a while. He just says, I don't want to die. 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 And I don't know how to help him. And it's fun, Jeff. And so now I just tell them I don't know. No one knows what happens after you die, because it's true. That I feel comfortable. Like I don't know. Sometimes I'm too honest. I think just don't know how to censor myself. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you. And so when he first asked me, I told him what I believed. I believe that you go to sleep and you don't wake up. Sort of. It's sort of like remember what it was like before you were born, and I think it's very similar to what things were like before you were born. And it's terrifying to him. For reals here. Hey, Nina Miranda. No, I still don't see it, Michelle. Facebook hates you for some reason tonight. Wait, here it is. Kind of the feeling how it feels when I had a head-on collision. I remember reaching to change the radio station in my mind. I knew I was going to pass out. They woke me with smelling salts. Another accident. It doesn't let me do the see more though. Oh. I try not to be blunt, I think what I wish now, if I had it to do over again, I would have, because I don't want to, lie either, or tell them something that I don't think is true. And I'm like, I understand why people would do that. I really do. But it's just like something that I chose not to do, right? And yeah, I wish I would have just settled on that. I don't know. Where I'm on a road trip to Ely, Minnesota. I'm in a sauna at the bed and breakfast that we're staying at. I think I'm usually good at talking to kids, April, but no, I dropped the ball on that one. No. Yep, I'm in a sauna, Weston. I don't know if you're asking what a sauna is. It's like a hot room. I think this is actually like the waiting area outside the sauna. There's like another right in here. Jack is a really bright kid. I think that's why he's so scared of death. Like, I don't know if there's anything I could have said that make him not afraid of it, because my parents told me that there was a heaven and there was an afterlife, and I was still terrified. I went off the ramp, black ice headed a foot away from my tree. I let go of the steering wheel, everything flashed before my sudden. That's crazy, Michelle. Ken Eddie, hashtag Ken is here. Well, I'm just glad you made it, Michelle. I'm glad you're here. It must be like 2 in the morning. My son, he's like, I'm 9 years old. I forget exactly how he phrased it, but it's like basically I can only do this 10 more times. No, I don't believe you're lying, Michelle. I tend to, unless I experience something directly, I tend to even if that happened to me, I would tend to look for an alternate explanation other than God. I would look to my own self and be like, Jason, what drugs did you do this time? Yeah, I think it must be 2:15 here too. Pete repeats in Australia, I believe. To be here with me, why, of course, Pete. All of these people have their alarms set. No one goes, actually, I think they don't even go to bed until after I take my pill. Because they don't want to miss it. Pretty sure that's what happened. Belinda's sleeping. Wait, what's so true? I forget now. Cheyenne is here. Welcome back. Oh, that's right. That's why I forget. I remember what I said now. I'm glad you do too, Marcy. Same difference, right? The insomniacs are the geniuses. Dang it, right to heck. It's contagious. Angel's just here for the pill. That's funny. Yeah, I know several people with trigeminal nerve something. Is that right? Neuron, yeah, it's terrible. Laura's just had a lot of back surgeries that she's been through the ringer and back. How much is the couch? I usually start the bidding at $3.50. Do I, Pete? Well, I don't know. I know them all through Facebook, but yes, I do. What are you laughing, Cheyenne? What are you laughing at, Cheyenne? I don't have lupus. I forget what lupus is even. So, yeah, I think I feel a little bit better than I was like pill 1000 and 1001 and 1002 and 1003, 1004 and 1005. I think I'm better than all of those pills because I was just a weepy mess. Uh-oh. Now she's gonna think you're weird, Cheyenne. I don't know. We'll see. I have an appointment with my therapist again on Monday. On August 26th, I have to call to get the waiting list for the partial hospitalization program. So that'd be like 6 hours of group therapy, Monday through Friday for 18 days. It's almost a month. Not yet, Cheyenne. I'm not actually all that tempted. I increased the dose on my Lamictal. I started a new med in the hospital, but had trouble filling it with the pharmacy. So I won't, I'll have to restart it again. I would start on Vibrid. It's a new antidepressant. Or newer, I guess. Shit. Snozberries taste like schnozberries. Well, thank you. What were you doing while you were thinking of me? Oh, you were thinking about being depressed? Like, dang it, Jason makes me depressed. I need a new antidepressant. Oh, that's fun, I guess. That's fun too. Michelle, Abilify, that's what you're on. I know, meds don't work for me either. Although I like the I like the lamotrigine. Oh, thank you, Sarah Raimi. Thank you very much. Stop what I do. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Look at me. Look at this face. It's pure innocence. Uh, yes, we have Lexapro. We do. Mhm. Yeah, that can happen, Sarah. There's a especially when you're first starting antidepressants. There's a slightly higher risk of suicide. People say it's because like you're so depressed when you're completely immobilized by depression, and then you start the antidepressant, and it gets you feeling better enough that you can actually act on your plan. That's the thinking, I guess. I don't know if it's true or not. But no, I think my depression is treatment resistant. I was just reading some article about genetic component of anxiety, and that people that have this genetic component for anxiety, like tend to not the antidepressants tend not to work for them. Hey, Sabs. I love you too, Nishchala. I'm sorry, Sarah. It's too bad you can't find something. Like therapy's really can be really successful too, though. Depending what the issues are. I'm interested in ketamine therapy for depression. It'd probably make me puke though. I don't know the Iceman tapes. You're on Prozac, Laura? Anna says, my mind plays tricks on me. I get paranoid quick when I'm having depression and anxiety. Yeah, that can really happen with trauma too. Well, I have to make happiness and altruism the nucleus in my life. I always like to say you don't have to do anything. I always like to put the words I want. If there's something, the behavior that I want to do, I want rather than something I have to do, because I don't have to do shit. You'd all be surprised about how little I have to do. We all have whistles. We all have whistles. That's a high dose of lamotrigine, and that's not for seizures, is it? Is it for mood? Because lamotrigine is an anticonvulsant, especially in higher doses, but in lower doses, it's used as a mood stabilizer. Yeah, trauma really is a bitch. Dang it, Tim. I have it locked, so I think we're safe. Watch, she's gonna be like, a big machete poking through the wall in different spots. Bye, Pete, and repeat. I take a benzo too. When I was in the hospital, my doctor upped my lorazepam from 0.5 milligram once a day to 0.5 milligram twice a day. And I was really grateful for that. I didn't even ask. And I was really great. I almost cried. I was so grateful. Just because I fight against being a victim, yet I still am over and over. You know, I think I own my victim label with pride. Being a victim, you know, we're all victims at some point in our life, right? Probably most of us. Victims of life itself. But there's no shame in it. There's so much stigma to being a victim. Like it's associated with weakness. It's associated with what? Yeah, mostly weakness, I guess. Anxiety meds can work for some people. Like some people, like it can be an important part of. It can be an important part of treatment. You know, I think we can call ourselves whatever we like. I think. So I understand that. Like victim. I just want to take the word victim back from and not have it be a negative thing. I survived too. I'm a survivor as well. I took trazodone when I was in the hospital. I prefer not to take that. The lorazepam really works well for me. Just take it. I don't even take it every day, but when I have trouble sleeping especially. I don't know. Benzos don't damage your nerve, but they do have pretty high abuse potential. I've really noticed that people that tend to like alcohol tend to really like benzos too. Yeah, and so you have to really, like, if you're taking benzos, you really have to be careful, especially for a long time. You have to be careful coming off of them because they can cause seizures. I was a psych nurse for 13 years on an inpatient psychiatric unit. Not only am I a patient, but I'm also a mental health professional myself. Although I don't prescribe meds. I did administer medications though. You know, like that's common, Hatmaker. Many of us self-medicate. Yeah, I was hard for me to find a doctor. Before, when I really, my mental illness really started getting bad, I had a psychiatrist and he gave me lorazepam, no problem. And but once I fell out of insurance, like once I tried to get back into care, it was really hard to find somebody. Dang it to heck, Cheyenne says you can administer me. Oh my goodness. Barbie's on Ambien. I'm glad. I come from a long line of alcoholics, so I'm glad I can't drink because I just puke when I drink. Well, she probably's so used to him. Kavito, it's probably like, Ooh. I'm administering all the ladies tonight. That sounds like fun. Hello, Elaine. Cheyenne says, it's so funny when I blush. Oh, it's kind of fun. Shell says, I couldn't leave my home for years, quit high school, and got home. I thought I was dying, found out through JAMA what my medical condition was in the 80s. They didn't know what panic attacks, and they accused me of being on drugs. It's hard to find good care. But I puke before I find any pleasure in it, right? I just go from feeling nothing at all to things are spinning and I'm puking. Yeah, Sarah, they were giving out different kinds of, when I was in the psych hospital, different essential oils, dripped on a cotton swab that you could have. I don't know, placebo, you know what's funny about the placebo effect? It works even when you know it's a placebo. Like if you give somebody a placebo and say, this is a placebo to work for your headache, it works. Like if just a little bit of, what was it, orange blossom makes you not suicidal, like a whole bottle will make you live forever, I think. Pretty sure that's how it works. Nichelle is working on a full hemp CBD THC regime. That sounds good to me. Sarah goes into anaphylaxis from essential oils. Well, that's not good. Elaine Catherine Finnegan says, hi, Jason. You are an inspiration on people. Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Yes. We found the secret to eternal life. It's bought and sold, so bye-bye. Yeah, it's... It seems relevant, though, Cavino. Cavino says, have you noticed we all love chatting about drugs and our ailments? Camaraderie. Now Elaine's making me blush. I'm not familiar with HTP5 and Sammy. Jacob Rivera, hello. Natural doesn't always mean good, though. I make that a point. I always like to make that point. Like rattlesnake venom is natural. It's perfectly natural. Organic, even. Doesn't mean you should inject it. I love you too, Hat Maker. Laughter's great. It is. And actually, like our artificial flavorings in foods can be safer than their natural alternatives because you don't have the risk of, like artificial ingredients will be pure. But, like concentrated forms of other, like different flavorings that you get from natural sources. You also, not only do you concentrate the flavor, but you concentrate the, any impurities that might exist in the source of your natural flavoring. No, I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Michelle. I know, Covino, it's so quiet. I should have packed that in the car. My wife would have killed me. We didn't have much room in the car. I took a lorazepam before this show started because I wanted, when the show to be end, I wanted to be able to fall asleep right away. Oh, it's not that warm in here. It's warmer here. It's not even that warm in here either, actually. I don't know how you turn this thing on exactly. I don't know if I see a... It smells good in here though, even though it's not warm. I like it because it's the kind of sauna you can actually throw water on. It's getting hot in here. Take off all your clothes. All right. It does say it'd be naked in here. It says, one usually goes to the sauna naked, but you can wear a bathing suit or towel if you feel comfortable. It says that in the sign there. I used to be addicted to opiates, not for any pain reason or anything like that, Elaine. But there's no difference though, really. Like, everyone who uses opiates will become physically dependent on them, and it's such a bitch coming off of it. It really is. I needed to do some Suboxone therapy for a year. It's cool in here. It's not hot. Yeah. I stopped opiates in 2010, and when we had kids. I couldn't be a good dad and be passed out on the kitchen counter with my needle hanging out of my arm. That just doesn't work. Yeah, I was addicted from 2006 to 2010. Yeah, I slept pretty good today. When we got home from the Wolf Place, the National Association of Mental Illness or something like that, NAMI, I know that, familiar with that. I don't know if I got the acronym right. No, I think dabbing is therapeutic to me, I think. Yeah, I think for me, and I think that's true of every person that has a serious drug addiction. The drugs are the symptom. I think that for me, the underlying problem was just the grief of the death of my parents. And yeah, that's a long time. I'm sure you're on it for some reason, Elaine. Hopefully that you're getting some support to find other ways to control your pain. No cubs, no cubs. There was a gray wolf and like 3 or 4 Arctic wolves, and the gray wolf, he's like, I feel bad for him. He's like paranoid about bugs. He won't come out of his cage very much. He got stung when he was a pup 7 years ago, and you see him walking around. He's like nipping at the air all the time, nipping at his fur. Always thinking he's seeing a bug. It's terrible. Hey, Amanda De Leon. Hello. I'm surviving. For sure, for sure. Remove the cause, but not the symptom. It's a line from I'm Just a Sweet Transvestite. Oh, I'm doing all right, Nina. Right? This is a poor little traumatized wolf. He looks ridiculous. Like all of us trauma victims or trauma survivors, whatever you want to call it. Walking around afraid of nothing. Overreacting to every stimulus. I don't know, we'll stick around for another 8 minutes or so, and then I'll take the pill and I don't know, Nina. I don't know. I think I'm still having a hard time. The beginning of the trip is especially difficult. My wife and I were fighting a lot. That's a good idea, Cheyenne. That's a good idea. No, I'm just kidding. There is a towel in here. It's a little one. It's more of a washcloth. I'll just put this on. Chicka wow wow. Anybody have any questions or any answers? Always looking for answers. They're so hard to come by. I'm sorry, Nina. I know, Sarah, right? They're so hard to come by. I just want to believe there's some answers out there. Jacob, I am in Ely, Minnesota at the Blue Heron Bed and Breakfast, and this is a sauna they have. Is that how old you are, Nishchala? I'm 40. I'm 40 years old myself. He didn't say directly, but the therapist there, everybody thought I was pretty cool. one of the other patients when I was in the psych hospital, he's like, I know you. You're Jason from Facebook. And I brought it up during one of the, because we were talking about the trap cycle. So like you get triggered and then you avoid, and then what happens? I forget. Anyway, I forget what the P stands for, but what am I trying to say? Oh, we were anyway, we were talking when the guy that recognized me, the therapist was like, do you think it is helpful for you? And he said, yeah. Anyway, he found it to be helpful for his mental health. Oh, and I just remember saying that I feel like the show in some ways is just like, it's like a fantasy land where I've been hiding for 3 years. I surround myself with toys. It's a literal fantasy land. And I was asking, is this like avoidant behavior or and the one therapist is like, I have a hard time labeling that avoidant behavior. It's you're helping other people, you're helping yourself. And so even though like there's aspects of it, I think that it probably are avoidant. Like I can do this without being around people. I don't have to see people. I don't have to, like I said last night, I don't have to see the look of disgust or their fear or their pity. I don't have to see see the things I've seen in other people's faces. When I was first diagnosed, like and the reaction when I was first diagnosed made me retreat. I just couldn't deal with people anymore. How do you get weller? Oh, that's hard. I don't know. It's a way to decrease my isolation without, in a way that feels safe for me. I'm protected behind this glass wall. You guys can't get through there. Well, that was at the hospital, so I won't be able to go back there. I don't know if Laura would be receptive to that. I was Clay. I got out of the hospital last Monday, was it? So a little over a week ago. Thank you, Elaine. Matthew, I haven't seen you for a while. Your goofy comments. Always vaguely inappropriate comments. Well, Cheyenne, that is true. It really is true. But yeah, I think there's something that actual face-to-face contact that this can't do. But this is still more fulfilling than like what Facebook used to do for me. Like Facebook, I know I had a lot of friends on Facebook, but just commenting on their posts and having my posts commented on didn't give me a real, like, it didn't quell my loneliness like in the least. And this does. It's not as rich as actual, giving somebody a hug and looking in their eyes. But What was 42 then? What was 42? Hi, Sally Ann Johnson. Clay, I don't know. I've been a wreck, but I'm getting more help. On August 26th, I am calling the partial hospitalization, like Rogers, to get on the waiting list for their partial hospitalization program. And that'll be like 6 hours of group therapy, Monday through Friday, for 18 days. And then my therapist really wants me to do residential psychiatric treatment as well. So they want me to go live someplace for a month. Tiffany, I am in Ely, Minnesota. I hear you, Cheyenne. I hear you. But I'm in Ely, Minnesota, the Blue Heron Bed and Breakfast. And this is the sauna here. You can't just tell somebody how to be, Michelle. Like, we don't control our feelings. 42 is the answer. Dang it to heck. Well, what's the question? Now I need the question. Right, Tiffany? Breakfast was better today. We had like a waffle / cinnamon roll. It had like frosting on it, like cinnamon roll frosting on it. Nope, James, this is the sauna here. Oh, thank you, Sally Ann. Oh, shucks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the residential, if they'll let me have my phone. That'd be a whole month away from you guys. That'd be really weird. Hey, Katie Anderson, hello. You're not catty at all. You're sweet as pie. That's right, Clay. That's right. If a lot is good, more is better. Yeah, that's true too, Cheyenne. That's the other point about, not only not telling a person how to feel, but also it really isn't helpful to compare ourselves to others. Everybody's pain is real. We all suffer. And just because someone else has a different set of problems doesn't mean our suffering isn't valid, or, you shouldn't feel it. And I don't know, my therapist has reached out to a bunch of different places. I know Rogers, at the hospital I was staying at, they have a residential program there. I don't have insurance, Tim. That makes it really difficult. But my therapist doesn't really want me to go there because she wants to find one that's like specialized in trauma for me, and she's calling a bunch of places out of state too. So I don't know. It's possible I could go out of state. No, I don't think you meant badly, Michelle. I think it's just important though to really clarify that though, because you're not the only one that's a common way that people feel that's supportive, but it doesn't. I think it's more important to validate someone's feelings. In what context, Cheyenne? I was saying for the first time I was ever recognized was when I was in the hospital just recently. The way it worked exactly, I was like, this new guy came into our group, and one of the other patients said we had talked about my Facebook Live, and one of the other patients was just bringing it up to the group therapy, something about, yeah, and Jason's Facebook Live, and the other patient that just walked in says, "That's where I know you from. You're Jason, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I used to watch you all the time," he said. A couple of years ago, I used to, and he's like, "You always playing the old records?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." It was so cool. But is that what you mean by approached? Because that was the first time. It is crazy. I've been waiting for 3 years. For 3 years for that to happen. And of course it happened on the inpatient psychiatric unit. Of course it did. I wouldn't have it any other way. This sauna's not turned on. That's okay, Michelle. Oh. I was so excited. My boys, they've had 2 different kids. Who are popular with kids apparently. One time they were at Gymfinity, that's just like tumbling kind of gymnasium. And they were there for parents' night out, and so there's just a bunch of kids there, and like Jack, they must have been bragging about me being their dad and how their dad has a show, and she saw me on YouTube. She's like, "Oh, I know Jason from YouTube. He's got a big beard and runs around in a tutu." And then I forget the other time. You lick my face? That sounds fun. It wouldn't be as salty as this would. Oh my goodness. I don't think that came out right. Of course, I meant the wood in the sauna. Of course. I'm sorry, Jessica. It is working, Clay. What? You're the one always talking about licking the wood, not me. And you even said yesterday, it's salty. This is all on you. I'm, again, innocent. Innocent. It's a look of pure innocence. Me too, Jennifer Nelson Pratt. Yeah, says Tim. Good. Yay. Is cedar deadly? Are you sure you're not talking about yourself, Nina? They do. Hey, Bruce. Good to see you. It has been a little bit. Oh, Bruce, I'm really sorry. I wish I could give you a big hug. No, it was a tutu, Matthew. I did wear a tutu for a while. That could be a party, Jennifer Nelson Pratt. Woo! I keep saying we're gonna have to have the 420 orgy extravaganza on April 20th, 2020. I'll have to have a big party for all the people who watch the show. No, I'm not gonna be getting the sun. I'd probably puke. I get overheated and then I puke. Do anything and then I puke. That's really awful news, Bruce. Thank you for sharing with us. Well, my kids are young yet. They're 8 and 9. I don't know how old your kids are. So I think I feel like my mental illness affects them, but I don't think they're old enough to appreciate, to understand that even. So I don't think they resent it yet. I just love my kids. Like, I think, I think that's the most important thing, that like you love them unconditionally. I'm sorry, Cheyenne. Are you sure that's true? I can ask that question of Tim too. Like, sometimes our fears are that people feel a certain way aren't true. So maybe that's how we feel about ourselves and project that onto them. We all do the best we can, though, right, Nina? We all do the best we can. Thanks, Clay. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I think I bet she loves you with her whole heart, Cheyenne. You've got 13 kids, Steve? Seriously? It says I miss him so much. 25 years of love. And wee boy, keeping going as I stay well and keep busy. Yeah, like, it's okay to be not okay sometimes, though, too. I don't know, I think like I'm so fragile, it just takes a feather to knock me over. Just even it's unintentional, just like an unkind word or off, or somebody made me feel like, if somebody makes me feel like I annoyed them in some way, something like that, I just like break down. I'm not sure which you're talking about. The pictures from today, Matthew. Those were some pretty good pictures. I was impressed with them. Good night, Cheyenne. Thanks for stepping in. I said I was gonna stop 15 minutes ago too. I'm gonna start taking my pill here in a second. Tim, well, thank you for sharing with us. And I know it can be hard to admit when you're having a really hard time. Just hope you're safe right now. Hey, Julie. Yeah, they just had big grins on their faces. I really like that. They looked really happy. they haven't started school. They're supposed to start school on Friday, but we're not going to get back until Monday. I feel like I was saying something that I can't remember now. Most things, I would say, Steve, they make most things better. I don't have any dabs, though. I ran out before I left and I couldn't get any more. Urgh. I have some weed, and it's pretty good weed, but I hate it. I'm like completely spoiled now. Like I don't even like. It's barely worth smoking. I'm just doing it. I don't even know why. I hate it. Vibrance. I'm supposed to be starting a new antidepressant called Vibrid. So maybe I'll get even more vibrant. Will Farrell Wilson Jr., hello. Good night, Jessica. Good morning, Brooke Reyes. I'm not on so many, I'm just on lamotrigine and then Vibrid I'm starting. Lamotrigine isn't an antidepressant, it's a mood stabilizer. It doesn't work on your neurotransmitters, I guess. It works on something else. Jennifer. I'll also read Jeff's comment first. Keep smiling. It keeps other people unsure as to whether you're crazy, stoned, or things they don't want to think about. Jennifer says, I love that this is a safe place to come and share your feelings when we are feeling down or up or sideways. I'm never ashamed to share my thoughts here, and I love you all for it. That's awesome, Jennifer. That's a really sweet sentiment. I'm glad you feel that way. Yeah, I think I want that to be the case. I want people to be able to feel. I don't want this always to be happy. I don't want it always to. I just want it to be real. I want it to be authentic. And I want myself to be real, and I want myself to be authentic, and I hope that creates an environment where other people can feel comfortable to do the same. My opinions on what's that, Steve? I've enjoyed it too, Angel. I've been enjoying these like ever since Pill 1000, we've been mixing up the format a little bit. Weekends do the more traditional format, but then weekdays, I just need to. I just wanted to have because like usually when I do short shows that aren't the full 4-hour length shows, I'm really, really depressed and I just can't bring myself to do the full show. And so I just come on just long enough to swallow through the pill and I don't interact with anyone. But I didn't want that to be the case. I wanted to switch up the format a little bit and have a longer show than the 4-hour show, or like a shorter show than the 4-hour show, but longer than my typical short shows. Mama G, I hope you're Tim, I try to tell myself that sometimes too, but like that rings hollow in my head because I know it's not true. And suicide of a parent greatly increases the risk of suicide for the kids. And I just like, I don't know. I can't do that. I can't. I just know they wouldn't be better off. I know they wouldn't. But suicide isn't about knowing. Like the really most risks, like is just impulsive. Like you just like decide at the just last moment, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like, and then you don't think about all the consequences and just it's a spur of the moment thing. Because it's really difficult to commit suicide. It's not easy at all. We're programmed. Our primary biological directive is to survive. And so even if our brain wants us to die, our bodies don't. Michelle is back. Hello, hello. Oh, that sounds fun, Matthew. Oh, I don't know if you can ever be ready for a parent. Tim's in here. Tim Kitchens. Same here, Tim. Same here. I think that's, it's there's so many times I really just didn't want to be alive anymore. I'm too afraid to die. I'm glad I haven't died yet, though. Like I said, I want to be here for my kids. I want to be here for you all, even though I know you guys would. My kids wouldn't recover. They would live. They continue to live out their lives, but for the rest of their lives, they would carry that grief and pain with them, and it would affect every aspect of their lives from here forward. But you all are, it might really hurt some of you. You would move on and you'd be okay. But my kids wouldn't be. Oh, I'm glad that's not the case. I'm glad that Tim isn't here bothering you. The Tim the stalker, not Tim Kitchens. I'm glad they didn't follow you. Moni Marie Chavez says, I'm really open about my mental illness if I feel safe. Let's end the stigma by keeping the conversation going. There are also a lot of support groups on Facebook. I'm in a few groups I can relate, which is important to help with isolation. You got the NAMI link there. We were talking about NAMI a little bit earlier. Well, that's sweet of you, Nina. But you got to take care of yourself too, or there won't be anything left. I don't know what I did, Elaine, but you're welcome. How do I say it? Nina? Is that right? I say it? Am I saying it wrong the whole time? It's not Nina, it's Nina? Well, it says, look, I'm 6'4", 300 pounds. I'll come to Wisconsin, kick your ass. You better not, man. Don't threaten me. Oh, I'm glad I pick you up when you're down. I love you, Will. Oh, Elaine. You flatter me. Isn't that what I said? I've been saying Nina. I don't know. I want to get it right. I do. Is Nina, or is the UGH UG, like 9 UG? Or is it UGH pronounced I apologize if you had to correct me before too. How do you pronounce UGH? I would pronounce it UG. But I could see that also being just I don't know. Hello, Jake Welty. That's what I thought. Okay. The G was throwing me off. Nina. Okay, I got it now. No, I got it. Thank you, Andrew Rusk. I'm glad it was just a scare. I'm glad you got good news in the end. That's super frightening. It's a big word, cancer. I think it's always important to note that many people survive cancer, though. And it isn't a death sentence. But it can feel like it, I imagine. It's super scary. Good night, Jennifer Nelson Pratt. Good night. I think it's about time to take the pill. I gotta get some sleep. Thank you so much, Jeff. I hope she fully recovered and is doing wonderful. Elaine. All right, so maybe we'll do a full premise. Why not? Or the bridge one. You guys want a full premise and a abridged? I'll do the full one. All right, so some of you might be wondering what the show is about. People often wonder what the show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. After 1,009 pills, after 1,009 shows, a number of bells, Damo, I love you. A number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. The bells, bows, and other people, the people that come back, people like you, the people that come back night after night and give me their most valuable resource, their time. To me, that's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show, the community. That's great news, Elaine. Hark, hark, the dogs do bark. Matthew. That's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show, the community. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. Oh, it's okay, Nischella. I love you. But a number of other bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell, boy does she knell, hell, I mean heck. This show has it all. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment, with Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcasts on record and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with a nursery rhyme book from my childhood containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also The Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harnessed the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them through a series of warp nacelles, creating a static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity, punching a hole through the fourth wall, across the multiverse, and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber, created by me, that serves as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, so the show is also like an old-timey variety show, Carol Burnett style, mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy. Nanu, nanu, a dash of Mr. Ed, and two doses of Alice in Wonderland, a helping of Hee-Haw, heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, tons of the Twilight Zone, a tincture of Teen Wolf, ow, 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 and ounce of Oz, a cup of Creep Show and Cast Away, a quart of Quantum Leap, and a gallon of Gilligan's Island. It's a 4-hour show and a 4-hour tour. Jason is a sauna scientist. 4-hour tour, piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse, a pinch, Peter Pan, a pound of Popeye, I Am What I Am, a whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and a ration of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Ha ha. Come up to the lab. See what's on the slab. I can see you shiver with anticipation. Touch me, I want to be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fill me, creature of the night, an undone Benjamin Button, a corny ear of Dumbo, a college try of I Spy, a couple of raw strokes of Bob Ross, a spoon full of Mary Poppins and the full Monty. Oh, I guess I'm not. If the camera would have been angled right, I would have done the full Monty. Full Monty Python. Finally lumping Rick and Morty with a liter of I Love Lucy in the sky with diamonds and wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. You've got the show. Everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. April will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for her high fives. The first and the second coming will always be risen with the Obamas getting blowjobs from the Woodies. The Supermen and their boners will always be spinsters and sempstresses working the sweatshop. The twin towers will always stand with Lady Liberty. You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly. Disco and dance will reign, like men did in the days of old. I write nightly the future history of anachronism for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now and time immemorial. Dang it. You only live 45 minutes for me? Diane, you gotta come visit. It's just a jump to the left, Julie says. So, if I'd have people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. AIB. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, it makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals you. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long, and all night long, and all day long the next day, and many, many times after that, and never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Free love. Woo. All night long. That's right, because I'm a stallion. Dang it to heck. All right, pill number 1009. Number 1009, down the hatch. We are robot. And it's gone. All right. So, it's down. Thank you all for participating tonight. I had a wonderful time. It was a really good discussion, and people were really made themselves vulnerable and were very open and kind, and I don't know, you're just all wonderful. You're all wonderful people, and I love you with all my heart. Dang it right to heck. All right, give me a kiss.